Tiffany Henyard in court today over illegal appointments she allegedly made for several positions inside the village, among them.
I'm a private investigator. I've got this envelope that says Super Mayor. Inside I have from the United States District Court, Northern District of Illinois.
Tiffany Henyard, the so-called super mayor of Dolton, Illinois, is no stranger to controversy, but her latest antics have left many people absolutely stunned. From lavish spending to accusations of corruption, Henyard has found herself at the center of a political firestorm that just keeps getting worse. And if you thought things couldn't get any more dramatic, buckle up because this story is far from over.
Several new developments in South suburban Dolton today. First, the state comptroller has suspended some payments to the village because it has failed to follow the law by providing financial reports.
So what exactly is going on with Tiffany Henyard? Well, for starters, the mayor has been making headlines for all the wrong reasons. Many of you might remember her from earlier scandals, but now she's facing even more heat. And it's not just about her questionable management of public funds. Recently, Henyard has been accused of missizing taxpayer money for personal expenses, including extravagant shopping, spend first-class trips. And of course, she's not backing down. Instead, she's doubling down, claiming that her critics are just jealous of her success and are attacking her because she's a black woman in power.
For a year now, we've been reporting on questionable spending by a South suburban politician named Tiffany Henyard, but we only knew half the story.
Let's rewind for a minute to how this all started. Henyard, who was elected mayor of Dolton in 2021, has been accused of everything from mismanaging the village's finances to using the town's resources for personal gain. And when we say personal gain, we mean thousands spent on trips, luxury hotels, and even shopping on Amazon. Yup, you heard that right. One report revealed that Henyard dropped over $43,000 in a single day on Amazon. Talk about a shopping spree. And that's not all. Public records also show that she splurged on high-end hotels, including stays at the Four Seasons in Atlanta and the Marriott in Times Square, New York, racking up bills that most people could only dream of. But it gets even juicier. Henyard's spending spree wasn't limited to just herself. She reportedly brought along her close advisors and allies on these trips, with taxpayers footing the bill for their first-class flights and five-star accommodations. And while Henyard claims these trips were for the benefit of the community, many people are calling her out for what looks more like a personal vacation than any kind of official business. Henyard's response to all of this? She's playing the victim card hard at a recent public meeting. She lashed out at her critics, saying, "You all should be ashamed of yourselves because you all are black. You all are black. And you all sitting up here beating and attacking a black woman that's in power." She even went as far as to call her opponents grandstanders who are simply jealous of her position. According to Henyard, she's being unfairly targeted because she's a successful black woman running a village, and her critics just can't handle it.
One way that the government always does it is to go and investigate people around her, and that's what they're doing here.
But here's the thing, her critics aren't buying it. In fact, Dolton trustees and community members have been vocal about their frustration with Henyard's leadership, or lack thereof. Trustee Brittany Norwood didn't hold back when she said, "How about you be a good leader and bring proposals to the forefront so not just us, but residents and everyone else in America know how the money is being spent." Ouch. And if that wasn't enough, Henyard's problems don't stop at her questionable spending. She's also been accused of retaliating against anyone who dares to oppose her. Several local business owners have come forward, claiming that Henyard has shut down their operations simply because they refuse to contribute to her political campaign. One local businessman, Lawrence Gardner, said that Henyard essentially forced him to make a donation to her campaign, and when he refused to renew it, she had his trucking business shut down. Gardner said, "What is she, Nino Brown?" referencing the infamous substance lord from the movie New Jack City, a character Henyard has been accused of emulating, right down to the gangster-inspired outfits she reportedly wears to public meetings. So yeah, if you're wondering whether things could get any messier in Dolton, the answer is a big yes. Henyard's administration has been embroiled in scandal after scandal, and now there's talk of a federal investigation into her spending habits. That's right, the FBI has reportedly served subpoenas to both Henyard and members of her administration, and it looks like they're digging deep into her financial records. With millions of taxpayer dollars unaccounted for, and allegations of forged checks and withheld financial records, it's no surprise that the feds are getting involved.
This administration is shameful. Y'all are a disgrace.
We're watching the fall of this administration.
But Henyard isn't going down without a fight. In fact, she's already gearing up for her reelection campaign. And despite all the controversy swirling around her, she's confident she'll win another term. She recently announced her plans to run for re-election with all the fanfare you'd expect from someone who's dubbed herself the super mayor. And of course, her critics are furious. Trustee Jason House, who is running against her as part of the Clean House slate, said, "We look forward to Election Day and hope the residents will vote for us to continue doing the work we have been doing." He's not the only one hoping for a change. Many community members are fed up with Henyard's antics, and they're ready for new leadership that will actually focus on the village's needs. And speaking of the village's needs, let's talk about the financial state of Dolton under Henyard's leadership. When she took office, Dolton had a general fund balance of $561 million. Fast forward to May 2024, and that balance has dropped to a deficit of $365 million. That's right, Dolton is now millions of dollars in debt, and vendors aren't getting paid. With the village's finances in shambles and more layoffs looming, it's clear that Henyard's leadership has taken a toll on the community.
Very appreciative to receive the information today. We have the best mayor ever. I've been here since 1993.
But wait, there's more. As if her financial mismanagement wasn't enough, Henyard is also facing eviction from her own home. Yup, the mayor, who earns nearly $300,000 a year, is being evicted for failing to pay rent. Her landlord, Janetta Hull, has gone public with her frustrations, saying that Henyard and her boyfriend, Kamal Woods, haven't paid rent since August. Hull said, "I have a child to take care of. I can't afford to pay for where you live. You're making $375,000, according to Hull. Henyard even changed the locks and garage code to keep her out of the property. And now Hull is stuck paying legal fees to get them evicted.
Please tell me how you're out of order. You're out of order. How do they operate, trustee?
So, let's recap. Henyard is under federal investigation, facing eviction, and running for re-election, all while Dolton is drowning in debt. Sounds like a reality TV show, right? In fact, some people close to Henyard have speculated that she might actually be filming a reality show, given the cameras that always seem to follow her around. And the residents of Dolton, they're furious. One local, Andrea McKay, said, "We have senior citizens that can't even afford basic necessities." Another resident, Valeria Stubbs, didn't hold back when she said, "Tiffany needs to be locked up. She needs to be made an example out of. That she cannot go around using our money and spending it however she wants to spend it, like the job comes with a cash register."
I am about to address some things as the supervisor. There will be no comments, there won't be anything, it'll just be me addressing you guys to tell you what's going on.
But despite all the backlash, Henyard seems determined to stay in power. She's even taken to social media to defend herself, going on a 90-minute Facebook Live rant, where she suggested she would seek the arrest of her opponents. Yes, you heard that right, she's now threatening to press charges against those who criticize her. In the video, she said, "I will be seeking arrests for individuals involved. I will be pressing charges." She didn't specify what crimes her opponents supposedly committed. But the message was clear: Henyard isn't going down without a fight. What makes the situation even more surreal is the growing divide between Henyard and her former allies. Sources close to the mayor have revealed that several key members of her team have either distanced themselves or outright turned against her. One of the most notable shifts came when her former assistant, Carmen Carlisle, publicly criticized Henyard, accusing her of gross mismanagement and unethical behavior. Carlisle, once worked closely with Henyard, has now become one of her loudest critics, even providing testimonies that have fueled the ongoing federal investigation. This betrayal is just the latest in a string of defections, leaving Henyard more isolated than ever.
Thornton Township Supervisor Tiffany Henyard is finding a way to spend money that trustees say they intentionally did not approve, one describing it to me tonight.
Adding to her woes, Henyard's lavish spending has reportedly caused deep rifts within the local government. Trustees who once supported her have started questioning her every move, particularly in light of the village's financial crisis. At a recent village board meeting, tensions were palpable as trustees grilled Henyard over her use of village credit cards. Trustee Jason House, who is running against Henyard in the upcoming election, didn't mince words when he said, "We're not just questioning her leadership anymore, we're questioning her integrity." With internal support crumbling, it seems Henyard's grip on power is slipping, but she refuses to acknowledge the growing opposition. Meanwhile, community members are increasingly taking to social media, organizing rallies, and demanding Henyard's resignation. Local activists, fed up with the mayor's antics, have begun circulating petitions calling for a recall election. With growing grassroots efforts aimed at removing her from office, Henyard's political future seems more uncertain than ever. Yet, despite the mounting pressure, she continues to claim that these efforts are part of a coordinated smear campaign against her.
Now she's teasing a big announcement that she claims will result in some of her opponents being arrested and charged.
Of course, not everyone is buying her victim narrative. One commenter on social media wrote, "She better go to prison for hurting all those people and stealing all that money." Another pointed out, "She loves an audience that doesn't challenge her." It seems like the tide is turning against Henyard, but with her re-election bid officially underway, it's anyone's guess how this will all play out. So, what's next for Dolton's supermayor? Will she manage to hold on to power despite the mounting scandals, or will the residents finally say enough is enough? And what about the federal investigation? Could Henyard end up facing charges for her alleged misuse of funds? Let us know in the comments below.